The environment where people won't allow them be who they want to be is not conducive to the success of Sigma INFJs. But what would Sigma INFJs do if others tried to control them? This will occur when society tries to regulate an INFJ Sigma. Number 10. They will remain steadfast in their oppositional opinions. Because of their capacity for unconventional thinking and the ability to see beyond the apparent, Sigma INFJs have developed opinions that defy conventional wisdom. However, some people in the community can view this as a danger. To continue enjoying the benefits of the meaningless norms, they will attempt to silence the Sigma. The majority of people are so accustomed to and at ease with the norms that even a small amount of good change makes them incredibly restless. However, the more people refrain from expressing their ideas, the more eager they are to do so. Sigma INFJs despise being kept silent. They only keep quiet because they choose to, not because they have no other option. But nobody can stop them from expressing their opinions when it comes to social and political matters. Does having unpopular opinions make you feel like an outcast in society if you're a Sigma INFJ? Number 9. They'll figure out a means to escape the confines. Since they were teenagers, Sigma INFJs have always been the odd one out in the classroom or the family's bad apple. It's because they have different perspectives and attitudes from the others in the group. And the best thing is that they continue to have these distinctive opinions as adults. While Sigma INFJs are open to hearing different points of view, they are unaware that they cannot be persuaded to change their opinions. They have held these beliefs for decades, not because they are needlessly obstinate, but rather because no one has yet to disprove them. And they are confident in their ability to change their views if someone refutes them. So for the Sigma INFJ, being confined in a setting where others hold useless opinions is the definition of hell. If someone can't think clearly, they'd prefer if you just let them alone and didn't try to draw them into their senselessness. Number 8. They'll start awkward conversations. This is one of the things that individuals never want to go through with a Sigma INFJ, since doing so requires them to go into their preconceptions, prejudices, inner conflicts, and terrible past. Because it is incredibly triggering to do so, they don't want other people to know about the things that affect how they think and perceive the world. Sigma INFJs do in fact respect that, but when those people try to push their beliefs, manipulate them, or compel them to conform, they won't be afraid to start up combative conversations and discuss the whys and hows of their argument. They want these folks to understand their realities and the inspirations for their beliefs. They wish to reveal their hidden motives to them, so they can comprehend the reasons behind their perceptions of the world. Have you ever started such enlightening talks with someone as a Sigma INFJ? Number 7. They will blatantly challenge accepted wisdom. Challenging norms and raising doubts about them is a necessary component of having an open mind and expressing an unpopular perspective. The character of the Sigma INFJ has a strong propensity toward nonconformity. However, while they attempt to maintain a polite and professional demeanor around traditional people, this might be dormant in their subconscious. They are aware that in order to succeed in their goals, they must get along with other people in society. However, this dormant tendency will become conscious and impact their behavior if people begin to manipulate them. Whenever this occurs, the Sigma INFJ no longer worries if their queries offend anyone. They will continue to ask whatever they want to ask, regardless of whether other people are offended by their curiosity. Although it can be challenging when conventional adults are around, the Sigma finds it fulfilling knowing they have the power to change minds. For them, asking questions is more than simply a technique to stand out. It's how they see the reality when everyone else is deluded. Number 6. They will encounter both increased freedom and limitations. Sigma INFJs are aware that when faced with limitations, they will direct their mental energy toward behaving more tenaciously and creatively while exceeding their expectations. As a result, people become more capable and eager to achieve their goals the more they limit their potential or underrate their talents. Despite having few resources, Sigma INFJs manage to build innovative goods and generate creative ideas. When people underestimate them, they discover that they work more quickly and effectively than when everybody is on their side. Does this always apply to me as a Sigma INFJ? Do limits always make you more creative? Number 5. They reflect, then they show themselves. Speaking their thoughts requires revealing oneself, especially when others are hesitant to, such when Sigma INFJs believe that the restaurant's service is subpar and annoys the majority of guests. They will disclose this to the management or the appropriate party. They can voice their worries by responding to their surveys or by politely letting the waitress know what they've noticed. However, they are aware that since they have other options for dining, the restaurant's improvement won't immediately impact them. It simply suggests that the warning is being given out of genuine concern for the company. Due to their capacity for selflessness, Sigma INFJs often refuse attempts to calm them down or allay their worries. Number 4. They will back up their claims with convincing data. Sometimes others will reject the Sigma INFJ's justifications and convictions in an effort to control them. They intimidate people by making them feel guilty for airing their controversial ideas and general concerns. But Sigma INFJs won't let anyone off the hook for lying or being dishonest. By all means necessary, they will demonstrate to those individuals that they have a justifiable price for their ideas, and that's all. They are aware that if people continue to misjudge them due to their differences and unconventionality, they won't need to elaborate further. Sigma INFJs may explain their motivations in the most comprehensible terms conceivable. While they are aware that it is not their responsibility to always defend their reasoning to others who have closed minds and preconceived notions, they will acquire convincing proof for such ideas if people are prepared to listen. How do you know when to stop defending oneself as a Sigma INFJ and let people think whatever they want to? Number 3. They'll take additional action. The Sigma INFJ is unstoppable in their pursuit of their objectives and the manifestation of their heart's desires. They are more motivated when you stop them or discourage them. If individuals try to impose their limiting views in the Sigma INFJ, they will only be disappointed when they witness how successful they are in all of their endeavors, including their jobs, businesses, and careers. INFJs enjoy to let down those who make fun of them. They enjoy annoying those who have never helped them in their pursuits. Although this isn't the main factor in their increased productivity or exceptional skill, it helps. Whether they like it or not, it comes naturally with winning. Number 2. They removed these individuals from their lives. Sigma INFJs are too busy to deal with those who are manipulative and in charge. They are aware that it is not their place to expend mental effort trying to make oneself understood to those who will not. And since putting up with such behavior and living their lives as they do saps their inner peace, they would voluntarily cut these people out and live their lives as they see fit. Sigma INFJs are the last to avoid eye contact with anyone. They can continue to be in a partnership or setting that does not value their complexity, originality, or wildness. Therefore, if you want to rule over them, keep away from them, because if you don't, they will. Do you automatically avoid people who try to dictate to you if you're a Sigma INFJ? Number 1. They will set boundaries with more adamance. Sigma INFJs would use aggression if necessary to enforce their boundaries. The issue with some people in society is that they need to reach their lowest point before they are respected. Before letting them be alone, they must wait for them to strike back. When Sigma INFJs were still cool and collected, others tried to control their behavior and treated them unfairly because their opinions differed from their own. Sigma INFJs would no longer feel bad about using anger and violence as effective tools to struggle for freedom once they understood how society works. The Sigma INFJ wants to escape their confines more and more when people try to control them. Since Sigma INFJs are never designed to be controlled, do your loved ones dislike you for defying expectations? How do you describe who you are to them?